All right, my name is Blair Alley, and this is my SkateHoarders episode. I'm going to show you all the random stuff and art and books and skate decks I've collected and, I don't know, saved and held on to over the last 20 or so years. A lot of stuff I've sold and given away and whatever, but I still have some stuff. So basically doing this so that in the future, when all this stuff is gone, I can look back and see what I actually used to have. Starting with the art on the wall, let's go left to right. Raul Navarro, shot by Sem Rubio. Adidas Away Days. This is like the cover of the DVD, shot in Spain. Sem Rubio, I never met him, but he's one of my favorite photographers. He's incredible. This is a CU Trin print, which almost no one has CU Trin prints because he doesn't make them. But I basically commissioned him to make this for me. It's the dinosaurs out in Borrego State Park, the Milky Way. He can shoot anything. He's one of my favorites. This is very special. This is a Matt Hensley lithograph, woodcut, and then press, make the print, and Matt only did 2 of 4 for this one. And he also handmade this frame. He gave this to me. I helped him out with his chapter in the Punk Rock and Paintbrushes book, and he wanted to pay me, and I said, no, give me a piece of art instead. And I mean, my favorite skater blew me away with this one, so it's insane. There, oh, look at that. Thanks for all the love, Blair Matt Hensley 2020. Trip out to be friends with my all-time favorite skater. Shout out Brad Staba. I have my Huff Metal clock still. Needs a new battery, but I think it still works. John Cardiel, shot by Skin Phillips in Sacramento, 1 of 50. We did a limited edition run of these. Incredible photo, of course. I'll never know how Skin did the lighting, but Skin's a master. Original Don Pendleton, if you know Don's art, he's one of my favorite all-time artists in general, but also what he did in skating. This was on display. There's an art show in New York. I remember it was sponsored by Oakley. It was like a group show. Lance Mountain had some pieces. I remember Lance was selling his. There's like price tags next to it. And Don was there, and I kind of knew him. I kind of knew him lightly. Quiet. I knew him loosely from interviewing him for TransWorld, and I was like, oh, are you selling yours? How much are you selling yours for? And he's like, oh, I didn't know people are selling them. I'm like, oh, well, I don't know what Lance is. And Don's like, I mean, I'd just as soon give it to someone who wanted it rather than sell it. And I was like, well, I would love one of your paintings. And he's like, well, let me know which one you want. And we take the show down Saturday night and pick it up from my hotel Sunday morning. So DP gave this one to me. What's cool about it is on the back, I don't know if this is an unfinished or like a sketch or something, but it says the only ghost I ever saw from the Lost Thought exhibit, October 09, Siamese catastrophe, Don Pendleton 09. I mean, it's so like alien workshop, right? It's so amazing. Dylan Reeder, memorial issue, cover of TransWorld. That is a hand drawing that Paul Kobrigger did, stipple with a ballpoint pen. The reference was a Ryan Allen photo. That was a cover after Dylan passed away. And Paul had it usually takes him months to do these, but he had a real short window to get it done. Gave me a print. Had to put that up, of course. The Love Park Crew in 1999, shot by Mike Blayback. You can see we've got Josh Kalis, Stevie Williams, Bill Strobeck, Papalardo. I believe we did a giveaway. I think Blayback made 10 or 20 of these, and we did like a giveaway on the TransWorld website, and someone didn't claim theirs. So this is signed by Blayback, so I snagged it, got that framed. This is a photo by Nestor Judkins, shot in Goa, India. He travels a lot with his Salad Days of Skateboarding program where they build skate parks all over the world. And I believe I bought this or won this at like a fundraising raffle. I think I got to choose one of his photos, and I love this one. Some kid just looking at like a decrepit building somewhere in India. Nestor shoots a lot of film with his Leica, so probably what that is. Some random stuff before we get into photo books. Still have my OG All-Timers Cruiser. I think I bought it off the Quarter Snack site. Crux and some OJ3s. Still rolls good. Was on Conan O'Brien. Pulled that one out of the garage. This was made by my friend Justin Betts. I traded him a print of a photo of Heath Critchart on a motorcycle because Justin rode motorcycles and really liked them. And he made these wooden skate graphics out of skateboards. And he's like, let me make one for you. What do you want? And I was like, Mike Carroll's first H Street graphic, Calvin and Hobbes eating mac and cheese. I'd love that one. And he whipped it up in like a couple weeks, and it's incredible. And then he died not long after in a motorcycle accident. Yeah, Justin, thanks for this. I love this. I have a lot of photo books. Never really realized that until I was like moving and kind of getting stuff ready for this. But I do think that they're important and some of the coolest things you can have. They're in different shelves and boxes, and as I was pulling them out, I found other random stuff like a Polaroid of Kenny Reed shot by Brian Gaberman. Brett Nichols, who's made a ton of incredible indie videos, has this new zine that goes along with 4 videos that he made. Pathways 2, Broadway, Alack Kurt, and Spotty. Elaine Levitt, New York City, 2000, 2005. All kinds of downtown New York. Max Fish, skaters you know and love, you probably know in here. Always see him when I'm in New York. Go to Bacaro, see him and Mark Razzo. Sagan Lockhart, young LA photographer. Shot all the Odd Future guys and Tyler in their early years. Look at there's Sean Pablo right there and the Odd Future crew. I think this came with a print. Yeah, a print. Sagan's dope. 1,000 skateboards, Mackenzie Eisenhower, digging into the history of skateboards, graphics, how they've changed, great stories. I mean, there's just so much in every one of these. I can't spend too much time. Postcard photographed by Alex Corporan in New York City. One of my best friends out there. Locals only, Hugh Holland, the guy shooting skating before Glenn Friedman, maybe before Stezik. It's a huge poster book, look at that. That's like pre-Dogtown. I think Stacy Peralta's in here actually. Yeah, there you go, Stacy Peralta. Full Bleed, kind of the definitive New York City skate book. Corporan and Ivory Serra and Andre Razzo put this together. And I think this is the second edition. I actually have a photo or two in here. No idea where. There's Louis Tolentino, Young Westgate. Yeah, this book's rad. This book's super sick. Taking a turn for the random, a TransWorld media kit from, this 95, 96. Advertising rates, full page, $3,399. Yeah, letter from the editors. There's the staff at the time, long before I worked there. Chocolate Pow. This is the book from, Bunny Hop. I mean, so many photos still get shot, but there's no magazines to put them in anymore, so we're spiking the crew. Yeah, I definitely try and get all of these. Zines, I have a lot of zines. This is Zach McKenzie, Meet You There, Oaxaca, Spirit Quest Volume 2, Oaxaca to Puerto Escondido, him and a bunch of other skaters, a lot of Boise, Idaho dudes. All rode their bikes through Mexico, and he made a zine. But here's one, did a video part with Kellen James, I think for Arts Rack. This one's really cool. Here's another one, Waylon Bone. He puts out these Take Care mags. It's Donovan Piscopo on the cover. Danny Garcia. He makes those awesome videos. Papalardo, there's Eli Reed. And then he shoots photos at the same time, evidently, and puts together these really rad photo zines. Hamburger Eyes, if you're not familiar with Hamburger Eyes, Ray Pote's been doing it for probably 20 years. Real simple, all black and white, all film. There's Ray Pote's on the back, my buddy Honger on the cover. It's a funny one. Stoops, E.B. Ghaffarian's mag he's been doing for a long time. Yeah, he's been able to keep this going for a long time, which is rad. Look at all X-Pen photos. Patrick Wallner, another very talented filmmaker, photographer, some of the best kind of skate documentaries ever. He did this show called Paper Trails a few years ago in New York. I think actually it traveled around. He collected currencies from all over the world and folded them up like origami and made these beautiful, like patterned pieces and framed them. Insane, super impressive. Primitive Define is all Oliver Barton photos, which makes it worth its weight in gold. Oliver Barton's photos need to be seen as big as possible and in print, so beautiful inspiration there. Our skate shop on the cover of the San Diego mag. Look at that, Blakely, Paul, Jamie, me, and Mike Fitz should be there, but they kind of blew it, but yeah, 6s and 7s, we got the cover. If you remember Evan Scheffelbein, he's an author now, he makes books. He sent me this, good little fiction. Print of Jerry Sue from Jonathan Maring. Very nice gift. Jonathan Maring is awesome dude. He wrote something funny on it, right? Thanks for saving my ass in Nom/out NOLA. That is an inside joke. Jai Tanju sent me his 2 newest books, and I owe him one of mine when I get the 2nd edition in. Thanks for stopping by and Trash Flowers. Anything Jai Tanju does is worth it. Shooting film all the time. Oh, here's an old TransWorld media kit. At Jump Ramp School on the cover. Is that Jeremy Klein? Dude, that might be a Jeremy Klein photo that like never ran anywhere. There's good photos in here. This is back when they all shot film. Rate card, there you go. 4-color, full page, $7,888. This is Dylan Goldberger, this incredible lino cut artist in New York. This is his Dogs C-Spot Shred, kind of like children's book. Very talented guy, studied under Dennis McNett. Some big boys here, Blaybacks. Always a North Star for any photographer. He's just always doing it right, everything. And this maybe is his first and biggest book, I want to say. Yeah, dude, Blayback's career is insane. Look at Dill. Is that Danny, Colin? Yeah, there's Danny Way. Like, this is so well done. Incredible book. Grant Britton, finally, this guy, one of the most legendary, original skate photographers, didn't put out a book until just a few years ago. It's a lot of his 80s stuff that never ran in print, which there's a lot of. So this book is incredible. Definitely recommend it. FTC book? Seb Carey will put this together. There's Carol on the cover. This is great for any fans of, 90s San Francisco. Oh, that's the back cover. So this is the front cover? Is this a misprint? Look at this. That's funny. Maybe it's meant to be like that. EMB crew. Yeah, another great, incredible book. This book's insane. This is The Fluff, Marcel Veldman from the Netherlands, and his crazy print projects he would do with Nike. I think Kevin Immerse had a Hoarders, and I think he's got a lot of these he shows off. I mean, look at this. This is a freaking skate book. It's like articles, and there's like a tour article in here. Like they're on a boat. Like it's just like, look at the whole lifestyle partying. I mean, this book's insane. I don't even know if I've ever even looked at like every page in here. There's so much. Marcel Veldman, yeah. Matt Hensley portrait by Skin Phillips, amazing. When Skin was moving back to the UK, he was clearing stuff out of storage and gave this to me, I think, like for safekeeping. I don't know. I'll definitely give it back to him if he wants it back anytime. Skin's classic guy, incredible portrait, fucking printed huge and framed. And speaking of Skin, I have another thing over here. This is a Thomas Campbell original, painted on what looks like a brown paper bag. Go-Go for Indians, 1994. Mad Gas Caps Rejoice. I'm pretty sure he's in Madagascar. So he has this whole thing here. T-Moss, you're the best. This thing's incredible. Skin, I'm taking care of it for you. I have these two Caballero boards, they're really sick, especially this green one. I still gotta get Steve to sign them, but he's so busy, it's hard to track him down. So, are you serious? Someone's at the door right now?
Package for Blair Alley.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's so busy, I don't know when I'm gonna see him. My buddy Craig had a skate shop up in Santa Clarita called Push Exchange, and they had, in glass cases, all this like memorabilia, just like ticket stubs from premieres, wristbands. I was like, oh, you know, I go to a lot of those things. Like, why don't I just start saving them? They're so small and easy to save. So this stuff's been in this one drawer for like 10 years. It's kind of funny to think it's like all for this moment. Not Another TransWorld Video invite, hosted by Brian Schaefer and Lizard King, the premiere of Not Another TransWorld Video. Steve Alba was the legend. But one thing I'm stoked on, in the beginning of Shane's part, they have like these fake $100 bills and a money counter. And I think Chris Ray and John Holland made these. And I don't know where they filmed it, but this is one of the $100 bills from the intro. They put a Monster logo on it. Really random stuff. Osiris Experience in Prague, 2013. It's a trip I was on. Zero Cold War premiere, La Paloma, 2013. Vans Downtown Showdown, VIP. These were sick. Vans should bring that shit back. Those are super sick, especially when they were at like Universal Studios. Toy Machine Brainwash, VIP ticket. Away Days, look at how shiny this one is. World premiere, 2016. Dying to Live, world premiere. Look at that, Admit 2, tear it off. North Hollywood, Mikey and Vince Vaughn. This is, yeah, like private screening, and I met Vince Vaughn, got a photo of Vince Vaughn there. Blind Damn. These get random AF. Road Less Traveled, Fallen Travel. This was at the Montalban with like a photo show set up. That was a cool one. The America Stay Gold with Earthless and Dead Meadow. Was this at the Ford Theaters? Yeah. Look at this. Flip Sorry, I was there. Arto's part, coming out to Bowie, loved it. Random stuff, a Habitat Marius button, wristbands, DGK parental advisory. Nike did the Eric Costin 2 thing, was like a golf theme, so I got a ball and a golf pen. Yeah, Eric Costin, super VIP. Central Skate Tour, Nicaragua, 2011. Went down there with Chico, Kenny Anderson, Louis Tolentino, Steve Nasser, Rob G, Montoya, Jose Rojo. I think maybe like a fan made all these and gave them to us. What's this one? Plan B True. LRG 1947, that was a good video. A Supreme Cherry, of all the wristbands that didn't hold up, it's Supremes. Some vintage TransWorld stickers, whatever. Dickie's Honeymoon, oh, this is a real recent one. Thanks, Joe Face, for not making me have to wait in line. Drink tickets from Copenhagen Pro. Dice with, name that skater, it's the Nuge. So I think these are like circa Dice. A Right Foot Forward premiere copy. We had all these like big tapes in the office. I think they played this at the premiere, Right Foot Forward, Joey Brzezinski, Kellen James. Sometimes I'd have to make, burn these onto DVD for shop premieres before like the DVDs were for sale. So sometimes I would end up with like the premiere tape, like the tape they played at the premiere. Yeah, right, 2003, right? Yeah, right. Fits great. I got these paired up here. Oh, Pretty Sweet. Went to the premiere of that. Orpheum, dude, do you know what year Pretty Sweet was? It was 2012. This video is 12 years old. That's crazy. Vans Propeller, Friends and Family, VIP. That was 2015, same theater. The Orpheum became like a hotspot. Okay, this is a funny one. Also at the Orpheum, Death Wish, 2013. Big run of big videos there. This was a collab we did with Mr. Benny Gold out of San Francisco with his paper airplane. I think he just celebrated his 50th birthday. Happy birthday, Benny. TransWorld Skateboarding, Padres colors, Benny Gold pinstripe, fitted back. Look at brain floss. This was like for his brain floss tag. This is sick. Eric Stricker lined this up. Eric Stricker, rest in peace. But I still have this. I still wear this to Padres games, Benny, so thank you. Zines, more zines from friends. Ando, one of the raddest dudes ever. Book of Polaroids. SF, get Chico. Brad Johnson, all these dudes. And then with Polaroid prints. These are sick. SF, Steve Williams, Nick Lockman. Ando's the best. And then Lee Smith, his zine. Look at Scott Johnson on the back cover. Marcus McBride on the front cover. Smythe, Chico, again, Sheffy. Support these guys, they're doing cool shit. I'm not a shoe collector, obviously, but I do have a few random ones. I guess we'll start with the shoes. This is a Bobby Wurst S shoe sample that never came out. The reason I have it is because I saw it in Scuba Steve's trunk. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Is that colorway coming out? And Scuba says, I hope not. And I was like, oh, like, let me get him, I guess. And he's like, yeah, take him. So here to this day, I have a Bobby Wurst S sample color that never came out. I have the other one too, and they're size US 9.5. If anyone wants them, hit me up. These are really cool. These are half cabs from my buddy Richie Loeffler in Hamburg, Germany. Hamburg, the city, has that famous Wilhelmsburg bank spot, the red bank spot. That's what this pattern is from. It's the same brick pattern. And they did these to help save those banks from being demolished, and they saved them. And I actually went to Germany last year and got to skate them and went to Mantis Board Shop. And Richie's skate company is called Trap. So this is a pair that I saved, and I've worn them a few times too. Oh, had to save these. Skins. Skin Phillips, my old boss, best boss. Look at that, got a Pro Model Gazelle. Or it's a skate, I think. Yeah, I've worn these as well, but butter soft leather. For the man, Skin. These are funny. I saved these, I think, just because I don't see them too often. When DGK, they're all on Reebok, RBK, they did a skate shoe with a pump. Still works. Never skated them, but I wore them. There it is, DGK. This is like too unique of a pair of shoes to get rid of, so I don't know. I do save some t-shirts sometimes. DVS did like a photographer series. They did like, I actually have a print upstairs. Shoes and prints, and I don't know, I just like the application of these shirts. That's Huff right there, shop by Gabe Morford. Companies would make shirts for like trade show events and tours and stuff, and I would save some of those. So this is the Andrew Brophy High Ollie Challenge at the San Diego Trade Show. One day only, January 23rd, 2009, there you go. Dude, DVS made all kinds of good shit. Look at this. This is a tour shirt. I didn't even go on this tour. I just got the shirt, a Total Eclipse of the Heartland tour. I think I just thought it was funny because it's Jerron with like 80s hair. Oh, here's a cool one. Jason Lee, not the pro skater, but we had an art director at TransWorld named Jason Lee, and he made these, I think just for the staff. TransWorld Skateboarding in like a Manchester United, Champions League, world famous since '83. So I hung on to one of these because Manchester United's my team. Skins team became my team, the DVS thing. Dill, shot by O'Mealy. I don't know, the shirt from the Propeller premiere. I just saved it, I don't know why. Almost 10 years old. This is great. Osiris, let's do this. I think this is just a trade show promo shirt, but Stu lived in San Diego for a long time. I knew him, I hung out with him, I shot photos with him. He's an awesome dude. This is crazy. My buddy John Crumley gave this to me for my birthday. This is his original Del Mar Skate Ranch shirt that he obviously wore and skated in. I never even went to the skate ranch. I wasn't old enough. But my buddy John gifted this to me. I guess he thought it would be in better hands with me. This shirt I found somewhere. It's so dope. Definitely pre 9/11. So the Alien Workshop shirt, and the dude's holding up the flags, and then you can see there's glow in the dark, right? It's in the glow in the dark is a crashing plane, and it says planes crash right here. And this is pre 9/11. I don't think I've ever worn this shirt. Yeah, I mean, it's just classic Alien Workshop, like subversive imagery, messages. That's why they're the best, maybe the best skate company ever. This is a funny one. So there are these guys in Northern California I knew. I met one of them traveling in Europe, my buddy Dave Amell, and so the dude Davood, and they did a magazine up in Northern California called Concussion, and they ran photos of mine back in the day. And then they made this shirt, and I don't know why they had Calvin pissing on TransWorld, but they sent me one, and I've saved it all these years. I don't think I've ever worn it, but yeah, I met him before I ever started working at TransWorld, so it's kind of funny that I ended up working at TransWorld. Dave and Davood, hope you're doing good. Crew made this, Krew, and it's a Daggers sleeveless hoodie for Dave Duncan, Duncan's signature. That's the Daggers crew, you know who Dave skates for. I have one of his boards upstairs we'll get to. If you flip it inside out, you can see it says sample right there. So I don't know if they ever made these, but I'm good friends with Dave Duncan, so I'm stoked that I have a Daggers, possibly one of one, sleeveless sweatshirt. You're not a real hoarder unless you need an attic. This is a print of Dennis Busenitz by Brian Gaberman. Louis Marnell by C.U. Trin. 10 Years of Quarter Snacks book. Super good. It was a coloring book that like Garrett Hill did. I have a photo in here of Richie Jackson. Aaron Rose, Alleged Gallery in New York. It's his book about that. Look, there's Gons. Todd Francis, done a bunch of anti-hero graphics and stuff. One of his art books. Incredible. DVS. Okay, so the shirts I showed downstairs, they did a book. It's like Burnett's photos, Dave Swift, Skin. He shot that one with my camera. I was there. Grant Britton. Skate companies used to make such cool shit. Look at this. Cliché always did cool stuff. Oliver Chassignol. Look at that. X-Pan photo right inside. All film. And that's why I collected these, man. There's just so much inspiration in all these. And like, I probably haven't looked at this in like 20 years. It's so rad. Oh, North Skate Mag. Oh yeah, Graham Tate does this one out of Scotland, and it's like all film. Brian Gaberman book, A Life in Transition. Oh, sick. He signed it. That's cool. One of the all-time greats, Brian Gaberman. I mean, every single photo is just amazing in here. One of Ed's old books, Golden Age of Neglect. It's a classic. Every single photo and spread, insane. Vans made this Ave book, signed by Ave. All Ave photos, heavy. Greg Hunt and Ave. Oh, Ryan Smiley, Ryan Wilson from Australia. Andrew Allen and Ave. Dylan. Oh, another Waylon Bone zine. Always the best. Vans did another one. Look at Vans making all these photo books. Big Elijah Burrell vibes in this one. Fred Mortain, French Fred, 2000 to 2015. Master of black and white. Look at that, vertical. This is Pete Thompson's 93 Till. Look at this beast of a book. Pete was killing it. What years is this? 93, yeah. In the 90s, man. He was so ahead of the time. His photography and his skill. Rendezvous, cliché book. Photos by Michael Mealy, Ollie Bartok, Benjamin DeBert, Richard Hart, Pontus Alv, Ed Templeton, Oliver Chassignol, and others. This is so sick. Just these little photo books. Atiba, 15 years of Atiba, made by S. Bunch of S riders, PJ Lab, Paul Sharp, Arto, Danny Garcia. Colin Sussingham, shot in New York. A lot of the whole Johnny Wilson crew. There's Cyrus Bennett. Yeah, Alex Olson, Ishad. This is a book Converse made. Papalardo on the cover. Parlor, Volume 1. Papalardo, when he used to build those benches. Sammy Baca, Trapasso, the original Converse Cons team. Zane Timpson, Away Zane. I just got this from his parents last week. Great memoir of Zane's life and times. Very sweet, very touching. His dad, ripping surfer. Warren Bolster book, OG, maybe one of the first. There's Stacy Peralta, popping up again, 1977. Disposable. Sean Cliver's book of skateboard art. I mean, just so much in here. This is Hugh Holland again, like that big book I had downstairs. There's another one of his books. TNC Surf Designs, the Nintendo game. I don't save many skate deals either. 808, Hawaii. Those guys, Chuck Mitsui. My friends in here, Sean Riley and Anton Glam. And my buddy Poppy, Pierre Prospero in Paris made this one, Jolie Routine. Oh, Thomas Campbell, look at a little tiny book with Mark Suchu on the cover. This is for that Yield Destruction video he did. Guess he made a little book. John Reeves, John the Man Reeves. Poetry, his book. A poet who didn't know it. You got a minefield. Secret tape, you got this? I bet you do. Has the photo book along with it. Oh, a Dylan Reader zine. Maybe Huff made this? Erotic Skate Fiction by Andrew Brown with Andrew Allen, Tino Razzo, and Paul Gar on the cover. I think it's a marrying photo. Good skate fiction, erotic skate fiction. Neratko's book, which is his porn reviews that he wrote in The Hustler or something. Funny, good bathroom read because it's little short things. Dave Carney's book. I don't even know what's in here. I think it's just all the behind stories of all the Big Brother stuff. Good read. So this is a Mark Gonzalez piece of art. Adidas 3D printed. This is a drawing he did of a guy wearing a frog head, and they 3D printed him, and then he painted it. So there's the signature, and he put GSD, Gary Scott Davis, if you know who that is. Like a certificate of authenticity, stamped. Sally Murdoch and the Public State of Oregon. 2003. Coasters from Shuriken's Going Pro Party for Black Label. These are darkroom prints from TransWorld when Brendan Klein was the darkroom tech, so he would make prints for like Grant and Dave. And if the prints were a little off, I don't know, I was friends with Brendan, so I ended up with him. I think that's Chris Miller. Here's the Markovich kickflip cover. Before Markovich painted on it, right? Gon's doing a boneless across a gap. That's a Grant photo. I imagine maybe this one's too dark. That's why it ended up like on the cutting room floor. Classic Gons, Nodis. Another Gons. This looks like way later. That could be a Morford photo. More books. Nothing But the Truth. Remember this Nike video? They made a huge, massive book, of course. There's the DVD in the back. My buddy Thomas in Paris did these yearbooks of London, Paris, Berlin. It's just really cool. Another Paris yearbook by Thomas. I have photos in the Berlin one. The Adidas Away Days book. Does this one have a DVD in it? Making of Away Days. Just so many books. Oh, these are drawings from when we did a Skate Nerd. I wrote these down. Daryl Angel, portrait of Stefan Janoski. Brian Anderson, portrait of Stefan Janoski. Maring's book, Skate the World. Incredible. Incredible photographer. Skated more countries than anyone. Let's photograph the city. Dave Cammy. Here we go. One of the best to ever do it. What was the LRG ad in there? Matt Miller. Dave Cammy zine. It's Hamburger Eyes. Ray Potes. Best black and white film zines. Random low cards. Another Hamburger Eyes. Another Hamburger Eyes. CU Trend worked for Diamond Supply Co. I got a rug. Diamond Supply Co. rug. This is a file I found at TransWorld. Not familiar with this photographer, Sturt, but he has a lot of rad old stuff. A lot of black and white prints. Reese, I don't know. Look at Jason Jesse, Dave Rule, Gator, Willie Santos. I don't know if this dude ever had photos run. Sturt, I don't know, but I thought these photos are pretty cool. I don't have a lot of decks. I know these shows are usually it's all the decks. I used to have hundreds of decks. I sold them all just because I'd had them for like 20 years. And I was like, what am I going to do with these for another 20? Saved a few, some of my friends. I saved this one because I don't know why. It's funny and it's outrageous. The original Randy Colvin one, you know, was the naked girl and it said censorship is weak as fuck. Cliché did It's Still Weak as Fuck for Sammy Winter's board, Mark McKee graphic. And this is when I got this, I posted a picture of it on Instagram and it got flagged and deleted by the only photo I've had like ever flagged and deleted off Instagram. So we definitely can't show it, but you can Google it if you want to see this insane graphic. It works both ways. It's like a double nose. What's up, Sammy? Hope everything's well. Down under. Some of the decks I did save. Simone Isaacson's rookie pro model, signed. Cool At said dig Ejim Blair. Something in Swedish. My buddy John Lufer, San Diego, Penasquitos. This might be his rookie pro model, maybe. So this one's pretty classic, Wes. Yeah, Blair, thanks for all the love and support through the years. Mafia wouldn't be the same without you. Love always, brother. Had to save that one. My man Josh Zickert with his daughter, just gambling. Natural Concept, one of my best friends, one of the best dudes. Eric Stricker, one of the best to ever do it. Best friends, epic dude. Ben Chapek out in Spain. I met him in Spain when he was like still in high school, and then he moved out to California after high school. Wrote for Black Label, eventually moved to Spain. He's still in Spain, and he's killing it. That's my buddy Chris Kay's Natural Concept out in Hawaii. It's his dad's Volkswagen bus. I actually went out and stayed with him in Hawaii, in Honolulu, so I've actually kind of like been in that scenario before. Another Josh Zickert pro model on his stoop in New York where we used to hang out. So one of my all-time favorite board graphics, Guy Mariano, Accidental Gun Death. But this is a cease and desist from Hot Rod Skate Shop. They only made 75 of them, and they made the gun gold, and they put a little stamp there. And it's Everslick too. It's like the same shape, kind of cool. Double D daggers, Live to Skate, Skate to Live, Dave Duncan daggers, 104 made, 2006. I hang out with Dave like all over the world, so I love that one. Oh, another classic, Lufer, my boy. Oh, it was my buddy Andy Mack when he went pro for Lurkville. This is my photo from the Rolling for Rights event we did. This is random, okay. This company Selfish that like Jeremy Rogers and Brian Wenning skated for, they did a board with Prodigy from Mobb Deep and they got him to sign it to me to Blair Alley, One Love Prodigy, Mobb Deep. Prodigy passed away, you know, I got a photo with him at a street league, but this is a crazy one. Growing up in San Diego or in the 90s, you know, everyone loved Willie. And he skated to the Beatles in his video parts and I liked the Beatles. We ended up becoming friends over the years. So he gave this to me, to Blair, Friends Forever, Willie Santos. Come on, man. See, I didn't save many. Another Josh Zickert. This might have been Josh's first pro model, Skate Rat, arguing with a cop. And speaking of that Skate Rat, Catch One used to do all the art. And this is an original Catch painting. So I don't know, if you're into graffiti and old Natural Concept, it's kind of a big deal. Fucking photos and prints for days. These are hard to get out of here. Harold Hunter sketching. New York City, Twin Towers, shot by Charlie Samuels, signed by Charlie Samuels for the Harold Hunter Foundation. Definitely stay up on what they're doing and support them. They're always doing really cool shit out in New York. Chad Muska, shot by Skin, matted but not framed. I was in the warehouse with Skin one time and he pulled this out. I was like, you want this? I was like, yeah. Ed Templeton, print of Braden Safransky from the first Wild Ride in 2006. In Greensburg, Kansas, Braden, Blair, and I had fun throwing an axe into a tree. Even though, you know, Ed Templeton wrote my name on the freaking print. Oh, classic. This is a Brian Lottie Brian Lottie painting, 2005, or it's a, pen and ink. He did this for CU Trinks. I think he was like staying with CU. And then CU is such a minimalist. He doesn't have anything in his apartment, doesn't want anything in his apartment. So CU was like, I don't want this in my apartment. Like, do you want it? I was like, hell yeah. So Brian Lottie painting of the LA River. A Michael Mealy photo of Jason Dill. This goes with that photographer series. This is Jason trying a trick in Australia, and it started raining on him before he could make it. He's wearing the Dill 2s right there. And I actually bought this at an auction. I had those Copenhagen beer tickets, and then I don't know where I got this poster, but this is a big, cool poster. 2010 Copenhagen Pro. Shout out to William and Simon and everyone in Copenhagen. Love going there. Stay Gold book. Photos by Ed Templeton. Look at that. So sick. Have the DVD, and it's got the DVD. Look at that. Defy Convention, 20 years of DC shoes. This is like all mixed, all the sports. Dennis McGrath's book about Lenny Kirk. What? Or Blair, what's up, man? Escape Hell. Dennis McGrath. Wow. Damn, I didn't know he signed it for me. All Lenny Kirk photos. Damn, that's so sick. A ginormous fucking Big Brother book. Oh, this is, okay, so this is like every spread is one of their issues. Ray Barbie, all X-Pan photos. I think he develops and prints all these like in his like garage darkroom. Harold Hunter book, all Harold photos. It's signed, only made 1,000 of them. This goes with that statue, look at, they only made 125 of these books. Here's all the statues. Look at, they shot them on film. NWA, Veriflex, Cool Cat. Oh dude, I got the cover of Stepdad. That's Ben Chapek on the cover of Stepdad. Instant, another Oliver Chassagnol photo book. Skate Company pillows, Diamond Supply Co. 2 Enjoy pillows. These are dirty. And this one's cool. Alien Workshop pillow. Wake the Sheeple alarm clock. Eric Stricker's last skateboard. The Shutt assault vehicle. Eric used to roll around the TransWorld skate park in this. Yeah, I never realized how much stuff I had. So it's been cool to kind of pull it all out and see it. And it'll be cool to see it again in 10 or 20 years when I watch this. Yeah, I guess I've discovered that the stuff I've collected the most is like photos and books, because that stuff means the most to me. It's like the most inspiring. Aside from the act of skateboarding itself, I think that was the most kind of inspiring thing about skateboarding was photography, the zines, the magazines, the prints, the skate graphics. Just the whole culture surrounding skateboarding is just always has been and still is the coolest shit. But I think it was the coolest when I was growing up.